So recently I've been asked to do a couple of videos regarding certain things. One of them is a lot of people have issues with the fish finders. So I'm no expert, but I've been using the Lawrence units for quite a few years now, and I'll just go through some of the things I use out to solve certain problems. I'll do another couple of videos covering gear that I'm taking out my kayak, certain little bits and pieces that might be of interest to people, and other items that I take out that again might be of some interest. So we'll go through. We'll start off with the fish finder unit. So I'm using the Lawrence TI 9. Battery I'm using. That to the side. So battery, I've got it in a case. It's got the fuse in here, everything like that. It's a big old lump, but 12 volts, 22 amp hour. It covers me for a weekend's fishing or a couple of days away or a 2-day competition. So if you're doing a bit of competition fishing, so taking a couple of batteries, just this one, it's actually used for golf carts. It's the motorised golf cart, the push along trolley things that they use. It's one of those. I think it's my second or third year using this particular battery and still going strong. So yeah, battery's in there, all wired up. That just stays in there. The unit fastens onto the H rail on the Hobie, on the Pro Angler, fastens onto there, your wires, and then your transducers underneath. So first I'm going to go through one of the newest items I've got. One of the guys, Chris, put me onto this. It's quite popular on Facebook at the moment, across the world, not just in the UK. So if you're on the Pro Anglers, one of these things is absolutely brilliant. So let's say one of the guys, Chris, put me onto this. Fits absolutely brilliantly. It fits perfectly under the seat on the Pro Anglers. It's on the high position, you can't drop your seat down to the low position, so if for some reason you need to, or you often put your seat down to the low, one of these wouldn't suit, but I've had the Pro Angler for a number of years now and I've never once put it on the low seat position. Same with the Outback, when I had that, always kept it in the high, so it's snug under the seat, you can fasten it down, you've got the strap underneath, and you've got sets of drawers which you can just slide out between your legs. So it really is a great piece of kit. I always used to use the Flambear satchel, another great piece of kit. Easily manoeuvrable, keeps everything dry, so I'm sort of trialling the two. Keep this one in the car with a few extra items in, or it'll be in the shed at home, keeping everything dry and stopping stuff from rusting. So the satchel is now staying at home while I try this out. I've had a couple of trips on with it so far and I'm really pleased with it. So I'll go through a couple of bits and pieces what I carry in there. So what I've got in here at the moment, this is my freshwater fishing stuff, so my pike, my perch. So yeah, we'll just have a look through items that I take out with me, what I've got stashed away in here. There's nothing really untoward in here, so a small pair of circlip pliers, handy for when you're lure fishing if you need to quickly change those the trebles off or singles, whatever you're using. Keep them in there nice and safe and dry. A couple of charging cables, so these will cover everything from a phone to the cameras and things like that. I'll show you what I use for my power banks in a second to keep things alive on the water. Number of spools of line, monofilament. I started using Take a couple of years ago now, a good few years ago anyway. I believe it's a Japanese make, buy it online, but I found it to be really effective, really good. So this is the 13 pound, which is 0.1 of a millimetre, 0.18, really thin. I've never had any issues, so I use it in the 46 pound when I'm like jigging with lures for the perch. Doesn't bother the perch at all, still catch plenty from the small things to the big, as you'll see in my videos. but it's strong enough. If you get a pike, pick up your lure. I've landed numerous pike on it. I've never been bitten on a foot on it as of yet, so fingers crossed that won't happen. So like I say, quite a few different spools of that in there, some monofilament if I need it. Carry a few spools of the American fishing wire, brilliant stuff for making up traces for your lure fishing for your pike. Get it in really fine, lightweight stuff as well, so it's really good for making your perch traces, things like that. If you have got quite a few pike in the water and you don't trust your fluorocarbons and stuff like that. I also have a small spool of QED wire. Now this stuff is years old. I can make a trace within seconds with this stuff, so if for some reason I need to make up a live bait trace or a dead bait trace, I can do that in no time whatsoever. Got a selection of weights, so I've got small drop shot weights and big drop shot weights in here, so a bit of a variation. A couple of bullets and bombs, things like that, and then I carry some heavier weights. Not very often I need them, and a couple of inline egg weights which you can just clip onto your line at any point. So if I've got a like mep on or something like that and I want to send it down a bit deeper, I just clip one of those on. Important one, a lighter. So if you've got any rubber lures, like I fish 90% of the time with, if they get chewed up by the pike, you can easily repair them with a lighter. Just give them a quick fix. That's pretty much that drawer. And then in my top drawer, I've got a couple of little tackle boxes, so one full of beads and what have you in there. In this small tackle box I can fit pretty much everything I need in it, so I've got beads, swivels, clips, bigger beads, run rings, more swivels, more clips, things like that. And I keep a couple of packets of the clips there for making up traces. Speaking of traces, got a couple in a bag ready to go if I need them. Keep them in there. Selection of hooks, so I've got a small packet of trebles, again if I need to make traces up or change a lure. And then I've literally just got pretty much all the hook sizes in there, cover anything that I might need from drop shotting. If I want to put a bait out for say some roach, perch, bream, anything like that, eels, I've got the hook sizes there to cover that. So they're in there. I always carry a float or two with me, a couple of floats, some float there as well. Just carry them with me just in case, again like I say, you never know if you might need to put a live or a dead bait trace out or fish that way for the pike. A couple of little packets of the crawler, lower kind of style things in there, just keep them in there out the way so they don't melt anything else. Hook replacement hooks. Replacement hooks for the bigger lures if I need them, some crimps for trace making, and a good selection of split rings. So again, just in case I need to make any amendments to lures or things like that, add or take away some stinger hooks, things like that. So that's in there. Syringe just injecting scents into baits or lures and things like that. A couple of run rigs and a couple of little night lights just in case I fish through the night or into darkness. So that's pretty much what I carry under the seat. Like I say, the drawers are really secure on there so they don't just slide open. You have to purposely open them and then close with a good click. So cracking piece of kit if you've got the room for it, fit under your seat, excellent. Right, so I'll have a look at a couple of other things. So I mentioned power on the kayak, so I've got a couple of items I can take out with me. So a small solar charger, just turning into the light there, it's flashing to say it's picking up the light to charge now. It's a really good from Power Traveller, really good solar panel, that one. Lightweight, you charge your phone up in no time with that one. Charge your cameras and things like that up with it, no problem. I've got a power bank as well, so this will give me several charges on the phone and iPads, anything like that. It will charge everything up, so there's quite a bit of power in that one. And then if I'm away for longer periods of time, say I'm doing a competition over a weekend or a bit of pre-fishing before it, I can use the bigger solar panel, just leave that across the bow of the kayak or out the way somewhere, clip to the back of the seat kind of thing, and that will keep my battery charged in my fish finder and things like that. So they're the items I'm using for keeping power into my phone and batteries for my cameras and stuff. So if I'm doing things like when I'm mapping with an avionics, it does drain your battery a bit on your phone, so using something like that just to keep it charged throughout the day in case you need it, or for photos kind of thing. The other thing I carry on the kayak is I always have a roll of tape with me, but that's pretty much my first aid kit, but I do carry a first aid kit as well just in case. You never know, but electrician's tape for me can fix everything and anything from fish finders to fingers, so it's always worth having a spool of that in the H crate. So another item I carry with me, it's got me stingers and things like that in. It's just a little spro box, so you can see I've got fluorocarbon traces on the top there for if I go zandering, which is very rarely. Living in the northeast of the UK, to get on a zander water you've got a hell of a travel, so stick with pike waters and things like that. So I've got me wire stingers there, quite a few made up, different lengths, different size hooks. They're all pretty much crimped, so I think the crimp gives the hook more movement, so it's a bit better than just twisting. It tends to hold the hook in like one spot, but that can be beneficial with some lures, so there's a bit of variation in there, so I tend to carry that with me wherever I go. So another little nifty piece of kit. Other things I'm carrying on the kayak, I have my GoPros, things like that. So I've got my Hero 3. I'm using the cam park at the moment to record, so I've just got this one charged up ready for tomorrow. I've got the eighth man as well, which I do a bit of recording on. So I've got 3 cameras. Done a review on those previously to say like I've got the cheaper cameras to try out, and they seem to be fairly decent. So I'll have potentially 3 angles. I've got my head mount, my chest mount, I've got a pole, and then I've got one that goes on the H rail. So we've got the options there for where we want the cameras. Carry quite a few spare batteries with me as well for the 2 cameras, so I can just hit record, leave the camera running, and then if you pick something up, it's good for recording that way rather than trying to turn the camera on when you've got a fish on, miss the bite, which is the best bit I think. So yeah, well, again we'll have a look on the water, we'll look at the setup where the cameras are and things like that, so we'll have a look then. So next item I'm going to look at, I've just recently got this, so I'm drop shotting. I used to wind my rigs around a piece of foam or something like that, and it was never neat and tidy. So then I moved to a carp fishing zig rig box, which was quite big and cumbersome. And I seen this on the internet, so I picked it up. It's from Guru, which is a match fishing make, and it just has these little discs in, and it fits perfectly for your drop shot rigs. You just get the little pin to hold your line. So you can make a number of them up, different sizes, and it fits perfectly into there. So yeah, it's a cracking bit of kit. Fits away nice and neat, fastens up with the foam discs in there. It might float, I'm sure I'll test it at some point, know what I'm like, but it's just nice and neat. You can get what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you can get 10 drop shot rigs in there, or double up, and you can have twice as many if you need to. So yeah, good bit of kit, keeps it all where it should be, keeps it neat and tidy. So next we'll have a look. Little small set of scales from Reuben Heaton. So yeah, small set of Reuben Heaton scales. They go around to £44. Really lightweight, so nice case they come with as well. So they just kept neat and tidy out the way. So yeah, I mean in the UK we weigh our fish rather than measuring them. We have to measure for competitions, things like that, but we mostly go off weights. So it's nice and handy to just have that to fit into the centre console on the kayak out of the way. So I'll show you more in detail tomorrow. I'll show you these bits and pieces set up where I've got them stashed out of the way, and like my H crate. I'm not going to bring that up on the table here, I'm sure most people know what it is, but I'll take you through the kayak, how it's set up and things like that. The 360 is brand new to me, but it's a Pro Angler all the same, so we'll have a look at my setup tomorrow when I get out in the high winds and rain, so we'll see you right about now. And here we are. So Been on the water today for maybe an hour or two so far. As you can see out there, the weather is absolutely pants. The wind is horrendous. We've got gusts up to about 40 mile an hour. The westerly wind, so they should be pushing across this water, but they're just swirling massively. So the wind's just really crippling fishing. But we're just having a break from the crappy weather and the wind. I thought perfect time to talk you through the kayak. So yeah, we've finally got it on the water. So here we have it, the 360 maiden voyage. So a couple of the bits I'll talk to you about is how I had them at home kind of thing. So you can see the fish finder unit. We're set up onto the H-rail on a ram mount. Next to that I have my camera, so this one's got the GoPro on it. So just been recording with that and lost quite a nice pike by the feel of it, but we won't go into too much detail because I'm still crying about that. Right, so in the back of the kayak we've got my battery. That'll last me a couple of days if needs be. I've got my anchor, rope and buoy there. I always carry them just in case. Today if I find a big shoal of perch I might put that out and just sit there, makes life a lot easier. And then my H crate with waterproof cover that I haven't got fastened up because I'm useless. So what else have we got to show you? A couple of rod rests on the kayak. So again, mounted on the H rail. We'll have a wander around the other side. So as you can see here, we've got a side mounted tackle tray. In there you have forceps and pliers. Usually I have a couple more pair there, but just trying to keep everything down to a minimum. Selection lures that we've gone through. Just stick them in there, keep them safe, and dinner. And then we just fasten those down. A couple of straps there, keeps that from flopping out. Rod rest again, can holder, and the landing net does just fit. Just lifted the front hatch so it's a bit. The landing net's big Fox Rage rubber mesh, sits there perfectly, never in the way, no issues with that. Small landing net here for my perch, floating landing net, that one as well. A couple of tackle boxes chucked down the side, and always carry the paddle with us as well. So that's pretty much the rig.